Nessa girl, y'all been wanting me to talk about this last batch of findings with this Jussie Smollett stuff. And I'm hoping, wishing, I'm wishing on a star that this is the last batch of surprises that comes forth for Jussie Smollett. Listen, y'all, this just is not good. Like, everything that I've been doing is all bad. He got dick on the side. Why the nigga lied? Ain't nothing, it's all bad. He should tell the truth. I don't even know where to start. So the first thing that blew my mind is when Prosecutor Fish did a press conference and somehow or another they got a hold of Jussie text messages. She began describing the relationship between him and one of the Africans and said that Jussie was using the African to supply him with designer drugs, in particular Molly. So I'm like, damn, Jussie, you don't fucked around and lied and don't opened up a can of worms that you cannot put the top back on. I ain't one to judge. We all know I don't ingested a foreign substance in my body a time or two or 7 or 12. I ain't judging, but the fact of the matter is that was your business. Oh, excuse me. That was your business. And you had an image to protect. And your image was very clean and pristine. And it was one of Whitney Houston, America's pop princess. You are America's young black gay advocate. You can do no wrong. You have little songs that white kids like. And you got a Pepsi commercial. And you're the nice light-skinned, culturally ambiguous boy who advocates on behalf of, poorly represented communities. And bitch, you also the nigga at the club popping Molly, getting fucked down and flued out. Yes, God, honey, you ain't as saved as you said you is, Jussie. So that's number one, okay? I ain't really harping on the drug situation. I mean, it happens in the industry with people our age. I think the thing that has me hurt, because I'm hurt by this Jussie situation, because I looked up to him. And it's rare that I find people my age that I look up to, that I respect the way I respected this young man. But we're now hearing that the motive behind Jussie doing this is because he was dissatisfied with his salary at Empire. So we're hearing that. Then we're also hearing that Jussie apologized to his castmates but maintains his innocence. So I'm kind of lost and confused right now. I'm trying to figure out, where did this statement in regards to him being dissatisfied with his salary derive from? Because how on one token can he divulge he did it because he was dissatisfied with his salary, then on the other hand say, I maintain my innocence? Like, the two don't go hand in hand with me. Somebody's going to have to make this make sense. But I'm going to run with he put this elaborate hoax together because he was dissatisfied with his salary. That part right there hurts me to my core. It hurts me to my core because it completely undermines all the philanthropic work, in my opinion, that he's done, and all the advocacy work that he's done, because it makes me question the intention behind those efforts. Were they just PR stunts? Or was that truly who you were at your core? Were you truly a philanthropic person at your core? And the reason that it bothers me is because I'm of the belief that somebody who is truly an activist for change would not manipulate the media and the public for personal gain to this extent. Him being dissatisfied with his salary is totally a rich people problem. And for me, it's worse than Monique asking poor black people to boycott Netflix. Like, you're already making a shitload of money. This, in my opinion, rivals and almost trumps the level of entitlement that we see a lot of white folks walk around America with. Like, Jussie, how dare you? How dare you do this and rally up all these damn people because you want more millions? Like, the irony of that, you're making millions and you pissed off because you want more millions, and you gonna use our feelings and outrage to get it. That's not cool. Secondly, not second, I don't know what number I'm on, but I just got through reading something online and seen a CNN clipping. He got fired with disorderly conduct and something or another else on the state level. They had an FBI agent or former FBI agent or some former police authority figure on CNN. It was saying that's just the state side. They were saying that Jussie could potentially be facing 10 to 20 years on the federal side because every time he told a lie to an FBI agent or every time he went on public record with a lie, each lie carries a max term in jail, and he also sending his own self that letter with the ibuprofen in it as a fake powdery substance violates the Patriot Act and falls under terroristic acts, so on and so forth. And now this thing is just snowballing out of control. Now, do I think Jussie Smollett is going to get 20 years in prison, 10 years in prison? Absolutely not. Do I think Jussie's going to serve any time? My spirit tells me that he's not going to do any time. My spirit tells me he's going to get some sort of probation and have to pay a large ass fine. But then again, on the flip side of things, you got folks out there that don't mind making an example out of a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And these federal people, they might, because this case has garnered so much attention, they might just make an example out of his ass. Now, it's been confirmed by Fox that they have cut him out of the last 2 episodes. They were spending the next 2 weeks filming the season finale episode. It's been confirmed that they're cutting him from the season finale, last 2 episodes, because they don't want to stop the production schedule or compromise the production schedule any more than they already have, and rightfully so. I'm sure Empire probably costs in excess of $1 million an episode to produce, and we ain't got time for you to be fucking up the church's money. Here's the thing, speaking of fucking up the church's money, Jussie, you don't fuck up the church's money, and you don't potentially fuck up your money. I think that the only way Jussie is going to be able to weather this storm is if Lee Daniels really goes to bat for him, keeps him around. Let's just say hypothetically, Jussie gets let go from Empire, he gets fired, or whatever the case may be. Lee has the power to continue to put Jussie in some of his projects, in his movies, and I hope their relationship is fortified enough and that Lee's influence in the industry is strong enough to help this young man weather this storm. Because Jussie is very talented. But for me, it's now personal. And now I don't like you. Like, I just don't like you. You are a fucked up individual to even stage something like this. And then, I look at the hate crime act that was passed due in part to Matthew Shepard losing his life, being beaten and hung out like a scarecrow, and a white woman found, or not a white woman, she could have been white, a woman found his body bloodied and battered. That was a hate crime. And to the countless trans people who have been killed as a result of hate crimes, the countless black people who have been killed as a result of hate crimes, and for you to just so haphazardly just play on people's emotions and try to construct a hate crime when people have been out here hurt for real and their cases have gone cold or unsolved. This is just fucked up on a more spiritual, moral, universal, cosmic, level. I want to hear what your mama got to say. I want to hear what Journey got to say. I want to hear what Taraji got to say. This is just bad, Jussie. I want to hear what you got to say. You don't lie all down to Robin Roberts. Like, this is just not good. Fame is one hell of a drug, including the mollies. And, I'm starting to question, as if I got room to question, but I'm going to do it anyway. What all drugs is you on? Because it sounds to me like you had to be in an altered mental state to even come up with this shit. Like you said in the news reports that the man was white. Then you found two Africans to help you stage the attack. Yeah, girl, you popped the Molly and was sweating. Woo! And now I'm sweating. Woo! Because we don't know what the outcome is going to be. Woo! I'm nervous and I'm trembling. So let me ask y'all an honest question. What do y'all think should happen to Jussie? He definitely should get in some type of trouble and reap some sort of consequence. And here is the debate that I'm not open to. I'm not with the but Harvey Weinstein running free, but this person did that, but when that person, I'm not with all that. So what? So what? Black folks need to stop making our lives, black people need to stop comparing our lives and our struggles to that of white folks. Or just on a more, what's the word? On a more, I don't know what the word I'm looking for right now. My mind is drawing a blank. But just on a more woke level, you know what I'm saying? Stop this whole, our lives are not of any value until they're compared in relation to white people. You know what I'm saying? This is what the white folks do. Well, if this person was white, it's like, damn, it's like our lives don't mean nothing unless they're in relation to white folks. That's why I don't get into all that debate about, well, if Harvey Weinstein did, I don't give a fuck what he did. Right is right and wrong is wrong. They're going to have their own set of consequences that's not going, and it may not happen to them on the earthly level, you know what I'm saying, but on the spiritual level, them hoes going to get theirs. What do y'all think should happen to Jussie? Now, in relation to, I don't know that we've got any celebrity examples we can use in the past who have committed similar crimes that we can compare this to. But I definitely think a fine and some sort of probation. I mean, some people may call this a victimless crime. I definitely feel like he should be charged for all the police and governmental resources that were used to investigate this bullshit. Good Morning America should send his ass an invoice for robbing salary for the day. All the production people, the Empire people should send his ass an invoice for halting production for as long as he did with this bullshit. I need to send his ass an invoice because he upset my makeup and disturbed my tears. I don't know, y'all. I feel bad, and I wanted to come on and make all kind of jokes and talk about how he done fucked up the thing, but he done really fucked up the thing. And I think for me, I'm kind of in mourning because I really did like this boy. Like, low-key, I used to have dreams, and I was like, what if Jussie Smollett was my boyfriend one day? I used to, when I met him at the Gentleman's Ball and got the opportunity to interview him, I was so overjoyed to just be able to share the same space with this young man and just come to find out that everything that I thought you were and all the comparing of myself that I did to you and all of the ways about you that I admired might have fucked around and been a lie. Kind of hurts. Kind of feels like when you find out Santa Claus ain't real, like that feeling of confusion and like, whoa, and like history has been rewritten. Because I'm sorry, you are flawed fundamentally. If this was what you, I don't know if I'm more hurt about the fact that he staged the act or his motive for staging it. I think his motive for staging it is what bothers me the most. It would be different if his ass was being paid minimum wage and his co-stars are being paid millions. Then I get it. Drastic times call for drastic measures. But bitch, you over there making millions of dollars and you want a salary increase, and this is an alleged salary increase, and this is the way you go about it? Can't get down with it, bro. There are two angles by which I should be supporting you. One, because you're gay, and two, because you're black. But I kind of got to throw you away, Jussie. Like, I can't stand behind this. I'm not interested in rallying behind you. And I'm not really interested in what happens to you at this point. Like, may the legal system have its way with you. Anyway, girl, Rose to Go Outlet having a 24-hour sale that started at 3 o'clock and it's 2 and it's in Hialeah. So I'm finna get off the line, bitch, and go see if I can find me a console table and some home accents and maybe 2 chairs to put in my living room. And I'm gonna call you bike later. Bad.